Last week, Acura teased their next generation concept vehicle. They said it was going to be segment defying. Well, we finally have the reveal here of where Acura is going with their brand. Grab your snacks and drinks and let's get into it. Here is Acura's Performance EV Concept. Before I share my opinions, down below, what are these headlights reminiscent of anything? Is this front end reminding you of anything? I can't wait to see what you guys have to say. Now I'm going to share my thoughts on it. All right. Well, this is not what Acura wants to hear, even though I think this concept is gorgeous. It's really, really nice looking. But these lights right here, even though they're cool looking, they kind of remind me of the Buick Envista that I just drove this past week, and that's a $25,000 car. Okay, so the thing is, even though they look nice, you can get that sort of style headlight on a cheaper car. Now, below that, I'm getting Corvette vibes, okay, which that's where Acura wants to go. They're known as a performance brand. This is their Performance EV concept, and it looks unique. I'm also getting vibes of Mustang Mach-E, right? Ford has you could say a segment defying crossover with the Mustang name, and it has high performance as an EV. This thing is kind of going that route, but it looks more like a coupe, all right, which Acura knows there's a sour spot from their fan base due to the lack of a coupe in the Integra. So maybe they're trying to offer the coupe sort of identity here with this model. Let's see if I can brighten this up real quick for you guys. Not really. It gets a little bit brighter, but it also gets grainy. So we'll just get back to the original image here. The design is kind of taken from hydrofoil yachts, and you can kind of see as this Catamaran style, maybe front bumper, it kind of looks like it's dipping into the ocean, which is just like this black area here. I mean, the concept that preceded this a couple years back, the Precision EV concept, they said that was designed after speedboats, all right? And so we're still kind of getting that vibe here with this front bumper, but this is now more of a hydrofoil design. Now, there will be a full production model of this, and we'll talk more about that as we get into the press release. There will be a full production model of this in 2025, by the end of 2025, and this is the first EV out of the EV hub in Ohio. That plant is currently being revised. That's why the Accord volume is down. The TLX and Integra volume is down. Those have been all moved to one assembly line as they revamp the second assembly line for EVs and potentially hybrids. And this is one of the vehicles that will be produced on assembly line 2. Now, this is good news because I was worried that Acura was going to be a second or third fiddle in this EV battery hub in Ohio, because we already had EV concepts for Sony and Honda Mobility, the Afeela vehicle that will be made, I'm assuming, on the same assembly line as this. We also know about Honda's Zero Series that is supposed to be coming in 2026 as well. With the Space Hub and the Zero Saloon. All right, this will be coming out first. It'll be preceding its stablemates. All right, they have gigacasted battery pack. They call it the IPU. I think is what it's called. We'll talk more about that here in a little bit. This is a concept, but it will be coming as a production vehicle. What is different here that we'll see in the production? Well, I expect the front to be very similar, and we also have these little inlets here. Hopefully that makes it to the production. I think it'd be very, very nice. Now, these mirrors, these are just electronic cameras. That will change. We might actually have door handles, but you can see right now, these look to be either push button or little fingerprint sensors to open up the doors from the front and the rear. All right, we'll have thicker bezels around the windows too in the production version of this. But with this sort of roof line here, I'm thinking it could have some blind spots, but man, does it look unique, and it looks very sleek. We have the charging port here, which will probably change, but this will have more than likely the NACS charging port, so we'll be able to charge at Tesla superchargers. All right, these wheels, I think they say they're 23-inch wheels in the press release. We have these highlighter green brake calipers here. These wheels are out of this world. You have these gills here, these small little wires almost that come in from the spokes. It's pretty crazy. That will definitely not be in the production. I like these lines here. They should represent the charging status of the car. So I think that will stay, and I think the overall front design will stay. So let's keep moving to the side of the vehicle. Here's the side portion. You can see it's a lifted coupe. Now, didn't Infiniti a few years back with Infiniti Concepts, let me pull them up real quick. They weren't that far off from offering similar sort of coupe-like electrified crossovers, but these vehicles never came, and they probably will never ever come for Infiniti. So here's Acura giving us something that's going to make it to production. To me, this looks a little sharky, which is good, but this slice right here is super aggressive, and I expect it to be toned down probably for the production version. My guess would maybe only be on the door and not flow into the front panel here, but I hope they are able to keep how aggressive it is. This little badge here says Acura Design. This is where they could replace this and have a Type S badge, right? That would be pretty neat if they put a Type S badge on this. Of course, there will be a Type S version of this. There's no way there wouldn't be. Look, the General Motors made ZDX has Type S models, right? A better look at these drilled brakes and these, massive 23-inch wheels here. Another look of the back end here. Acura badges are going to be gone from future Acuras, it seems like. We also have this light bar across the back. Very simple, very elegant. Here's another look of it. They say that this light bar is reminiscent of the NSX. Hopefully this makes it to production. These vertical brake lights, I'm assuming that's where the third brake light would be. Now, with this segment-defined vehicle, hopefully this rear glass lifts up in the production to make it a liftback of some sort, a hatch instead of a trunk. I think it is. With how far this goes up, I would assume that the glass lifts up as well, but it's hard to tell on a concept. I don't know if this is aerodynamic or if it's just for design, but it looks fantastic. And we have a better look of that, front hood aerodynamic piece as well, looking very, very solid there. Now, the lines from this angle, you can probably appreciate quite well. We have really strong rear haunches here, a strong line that goes right above the EV charging port. The hood has its own design and its own, curves and lines, but I like how it's pretty neutral design up top, and most of the motion is happening at the bottom of the vehicle as it's kind of sucked in. But this is all the pictures I have. I will be getting hands-on coverage of this vehicle so you guys get better impressions of what this vehicle is like with proportions. So I will be getting hands-on September 4th, 5th, somewhere in that time frame. And I will be giving you guys, hopefully, a better idea of the interior. Now, the Precision EV Concept 2 years ago didn't have an interior, but I don't think I'm going to get interior when I head to the studio in Michigan, when I get hands-on with this vehicle. When I'm in Michigan, I'll have the ability to talk to those in charge at the Honda EV Hub. So I'll be able to give you guys maybe a little bit more information than what we have even here in this press release. Again, this EV production is going to start in the Marysville Auto Plant in late 2025. This is the first Honda Acura Afeela vehicle to be produced there. Retooling efforts are well underway. They're also going to be ramping up the IPU, Intelligent Power Unit, which houses the EV battery and uses the battery as a structural component of the vehicle, and it is gigacasted. I'm almost certain of that. They are investing at least $700 million to transform the Marysville Auto Plant, East Liberty Auto Plant, and Anna Engine Plant to lead the start of EV production in North America. They also have the LG and Honda Battery Company joint venture that is more than 2 million square feet battery plant near Jefferson, Ohio. Honda and LG have committed to invest $3.5 billion in this new joint venture facility, with the overall investment projected to reach nearly $4.5 billion. It should be completed by the end of 2024 with an annual capacity of approximately 40 gigawatt hours. Again, stay tuned. I will be giving you guys hands-on coverage of this Acura Performance EV Concept in the flesh. Do you like where Acura is going? Gone is the chicane style headlights and taillights. Gone is the diamond pentagon grille. I mean, it's kind of in there if you look really hard, but Acura is changing, and this is the first step into really transforming the brand's identity. Thank you guys. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.